Not much margin for error. "Maybe you need to slow down," she calls to Jen. Carly hears a ghastly metal-on-metal noise. "Oh, shit!" Jen shouts as she flies over the handlebars and disappears into the darkness off the side of the road. Carly steers her bike to the spot where Jen disappeared and jumps off, dropping the bike on the narrow shoulder. "Jen, you okay?" "I think so." "Keep talking so I can find you." "I'm right here," she says, tugging at Carly's jeans. "Where's my bike?" "We should be able to see the light from the flashlight." "It must have broken." "I'll get my bike and we'll shine a light down there." Carly carefully walks her bike a few steps down the hill. In the thin beam of the headlight, they see Jen's bike crashed up against the side of a squat, gnarled tree. Jen scrambles down the hill to retrieve it. "Oh, this is messed up," she calls back up to Carly. "I think the frame is bent. Yeah, I can't even roll it." "Well, just leave it then. Just sit on my handlebars and we'll keep going. We can't afford to slow down." Jen climbs back up to the road. She says, looking down the grade. "Can I sit on the seat instead? And you pedal standing up?" "Sure, whatever, let's just go." "Before we go, can we say a little prayer that your brakes don't give out?" "I don't pray," Carly says. "But you can if you want." They walk the bike through a small town shortly before sunrise. Carly doesn't know what town it is. "We need an internet cafe," Carly says, "or a library." "Library wouldn't be open this early." "Why do you need that?" "To get Teddy's new address. He promised he'd email it to me." Jen never answers. "Never mind. We'll just keep going. By the time we get to the next town, something will be open. The farther away we get, the better off we'll be." She wants to think of this place they lived with Wade and her mom as a horrible dream, but it still feels vividly real. They mount the bike again and pedal along the main drag to the highway, and run smack into a highway sign that says, "No bicycles, no motor-driven cycles, no pedestrians." "Now what?" Jen asks. "Oh, shit, Jen, I have no idea. Let's just stay here until we figure something out." Collapse seems appealing. It speaks to her, promising relief. Carly regrets having already ruled it out as an option. They sit on the library steps, waiting, watching the town wake up. People bustle by in both directions, on foot, in cars, pedaling in the bike lane. Carly's bike leans up against the brick of the building a few feet away, unlocked. They didn't bring a bike lock. Jen has a little scrape on her cheek, and her eyes look far away, like there's no Jen at home inside, like she's locked up and left the premises of herself. Carly wonders if she looks the same way. Then she decides it doesn't really matter. A boy a little older than Jen rides by on an ancient and dilapidated old bicycle, on the sidewalk, looking their way. A few minutes later, he rides by again, going the other way, still staring. "He keeps looking at my bike," Carly says. "You think he's going to try to steal it?" "I wouldn't care if he did. It's no use to us now. I think we're going to have to ditch it and hitchhike." On the boy's third ride by, Carly calls out to him, "You like that bike?" He skids to a stop, his unlaced sneakers braced on the pavement. "It's a nice bike. Is it yours?" "Yeah, and it's for sale." "I couldn't afford it." "I'd let it go cheap." "How much?" "How much have you got?" He carefully empties his jeans pockets, separates out a few non-cash items. Carly can't quite see what they all are, but one looks like a red rock and another like a guitar pick. He counts a few bills, then digs back into his pocket for a handful of change, adds it up, pointing to each coin, his lips moving. "I only have $12.35. "Sold," Carly says. Carly's the first to sit down at one of two library computers. She pulls up her email on the web. She hasn't checked it for ages. 11 pieces of spam mail. One email from her friend Marissa in Tulare. It says, "Carly, why didn't you tell me you were moving? Where did you go? Right back, okay?" Nothing from Teddy at all. They get their first ride with a sweet, middle-aged woman, plump with thin, graying brown hair.